What happens if a country breaches the Geneva Conventions? In today's world, the question of what occurs when a country breaches the Geneva Conventions is more relevant than ever. With ongoing conflicts and humanitarian crises, many are searching for clarity on this pressing issue. The Geneva Conventions are fundamental to international humanitarian law and set standards for the humane treatment of individuals during armed conflict. So, what happens when these rules are broken? When a country violates the Geneva Conventions, it can face serious legal consequences. Actions like targeting civilians or mistreating prisoners of or are classified as war crimes. Individuals, including military and political leaders, may be prosecuted in international courts. For instance, the International Criminal Court has held trials for individuals accused of serious violations. The international community often responds with condemnation. Organizations like the United Nations and the International Court of Justice can issue statements denouncing these actions. Recently, the International Court of Justice confirmed that expanding settlements in occupied territories violates the Geneva Conventions. Such condemnation can lead to diplomatic isolation or sanctions against the offending country. Countries found in breach are expected to stop their illegal actions immediately. They also have an obligation to remedy the harm caused. This can include providing reparations or restitution to affected individuals. The Geneva Conventions mandate that occupying powers must protect civilians and refrain from transferring their own populations into occupied areas. Violations of these conventions have a direct impact on civilians in conflict zones. They often lead to increased suffering, displacement, and human rights abuses. The goal of international humanitarian law is to limit such harm and ensure the protection of civilians. Breaches can prompt calls for humanitarian interventions or aid to assist those affected. However, enforcing these laws can be challenging. It often depends on political will and international cooperation. Some countries may refuse to recognize the authority of international courts or reject their findings. Despite these challenges, there have been successful prosecutions of high-profile individuals in past conflicts. In summary, breaching the Geneva Conventions can lead to legal accountability, international condemnation, and a worsening situation for civilians. The framework of international humanitarian law aims to hold violators accountable and uphold the rights of those affected by war. As conflicts continue around the globe, understanding these consequences remains vital.